Carrie Underwood, the winner of the 4th season of American Idol and one of the most prominent performers in country music, has never been bashful about expressing her respect for the genre's most significant figures. Within this group, Dolly Parton stands out as her ultimate icon. She is a figure whose music, genuineness, and larger-than-life demeanor have served as a source of inspiration for Underwood's singing career. During an interview that took place in August 2025 on The Kelly Clarkson Show, Carrie Underwood revealed the memorable moment that she had the opportunity to meet Dolly Parton for the very first time. This encounter left her feeling awestruck, emotional, and ultimately transformed her life. Underwood's narrative of meeting her country music idol provides fans with a glimpse into the fragility and wonder of a celebrity who still gets butterflies. This comes at a time when Underwood is getting ready to extend her residency at Reflection, the Las Vegas residency, beyond the period of 2026. A respect for Dolly Parton that will last a lifetime. Since her adolescence in Checotah, Oklahoma, where she grew up listening to Dolly Parton's timeless anthems such as Jolene, 9 to 5, and I Will Always Love You, Carrie Underwood has had a deep and abiding affection for the legendary performance artist. On the broadcast, Underwood expressed her sentiments by saying, "Dolly was everything to me," with a hint of melancholy in her voice. The music of this artist was played over and over again in our home, and I would watch her films on VHS, such as Steel Magnolias and 9 to 5, until the tapes became empty. Underwood recognized Dolly Parton as a role model for navigating the music industry with elegance and grit, and she found that her combination of genuine lyrics, unabashed femininity, and financial savvy struck a deep chord with her. Underwood had a fantasy of meeting Dolly Parton before she won American Idol in 2005, but she never anticipated that it would actually happen. When asked about her past, she stated, "I was just a farm girl singing in church and at local fairs." Dolly appeared to be a legendary figure that could not be approached, as if she existed in a different world. Even after achieving unprecedented levels of success with songs such as Jesus, Take the Wheel, and Before He Cheats, Underwood claimed that she did not feel deserving of the opportunity to meet her idol. "I couldn't stop asking myself, what if I mess this up?" she said with a chuckle. "What if I say something stupid?" When they first came into contact. The long-awaited meeting took place in 2009 at the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, Tennessee. Both artists were performing as part of a special homage to women in country music at the time of the meeting. The invitation to sing with Dolly Parton, Reba McEntire, and Martina McBride was extended to Underwood, who was 26 years old at the time and had just released her second album, Carnival Ride. When Underwood recalled the experience, she said, "I was already nervous about singing with these icons. Nevertheless, when I found out that Dolly was backstage, my heart simply stopped beating." Underwood provided a detail-oriented description of the circumstance. As she was changing her glittery outfit and practicing her harmonies for I Will Always Love You, a production assistant knocked on her door and said, "Dolly's asking for you." She was in her dressing room at the time. The Underwood became icy. "I thought it was a joke," she added. "I was wrong. I was thinking to myself, Dolly Parton must be asking for me. Could you be sure?" Her palms were sweating and her mind was racing as she made her way down the hallowed hallways of the Opry to Parton's dressing room. She took a moment to cool herself before making her way there. Parton was there when she entered, looking stunning in a costume that was adorned with rhinestones and wearing her distinctive blonde wig in a well-done manner. She turned around, flashed that big smile that Dolly had, and said, "Well, hello there, Carrie. It has been my dream to finally meet you." Underwood related the story while imitating the distinctive drawl of Dolly Parton. "I have lost my cool. I believe that I must have said something that was incomprehensible, such as, 'Oh my God, I love you.' I was a complete and utter geek. An experience that will never be forgotten." The conversation that took place after that lasted for 20 minutes, and Underwood referred to it as life-changing. Underwood was quickly put at ease by Parton, who is well known for her friendliness and sense of humor. Underwood remarked, "She is precisely the person you had hoped she would be. It is so genuine that you forget that she is Dolly Parton because she is so humorous and lovely. By virtue of the fact that they had similar experiences as women in the country music industry. Honey, I want you to know that you should never allow someone to dull your light. You radiate the way that God intended for you to radiate. This struck me really hard. Additionally, Dolly Parton recounted anecdotes from her own professional life, including the difficulties she had when attempting to enter a field that was dominated by men during the 1960s and 1970s. Underwood stated that she had a conversation with her about how she had to struggle in order to be taken seriously as a songwriter. It opened my eyes to the fact that even someone as powerful as Dolly had to struggle to get where she is today. A funny side of Dolly Parton emerged throughout the conversation when she made fun of Underwood's glittery clothing. The conversation was not entirely serious. "Girl, you are showing me that you are giving me a run for my money with all that glitter," she exclaimed. What a hearty chuckle we had. Underwood also disclosed a tender moment from that evening that was not seen on television. Following their conversation, Dolly Parton extended an invitation to her to take part in a group photograph alongside the other performers. This is what Underwood had to say about the situation. "I was standing next to Dolly, trying not to freak out, and she grabbed my hand and squeezed it. It was almost as if she was aware that I required that tiny lift. When I think about it, I still feel chills." In spite of the fact that Underwood keeps the photograph framed in her home studio, it continues to be one of her most treasured items. The act that completed the connection between us. One of the most memorable moments of the evening was when they performed together. A medley of Dolly Parton's classics was performed by Underwood, McEntire, and McBride, with Underwood taking the lead on "I Will Always Love You." McBride and McEntire also participated in the performance. "Singing Dolly's song with her watching was the most nerve-wracking thing I've ever done," Underwood revealed. "We were both absolutely terrified. Over and over again, I kept telling myself, 'Don't mess this up in front of your hero.'" Underwood was able to get through the ordeal with the assistance of Dolly Parton's encouragement from the wings, which included a fervent thumbs up. Parton later applauded Underwood's rendition, describing it as heartfelt and powerful in an interview that took place behind the scenes. The performance was met with a standing ovation from the audience inside the Opry building. The two artists began to respect one another on that night, which marked the beginning of their relationship. Following that, they have come into contact with one another at events like as the 2016 Country Music Awards, where they both presented, and where Parton contributed a song called "Forever Country" to a mashup that Carrie Underwood performed. "It's like meeting her all over again every time I see her," Underwood added. "It's great to see her again. She is nothing short of a miracle." A mark that will last. Underwood's professional and personal life were irrevocably altered as a result of her encounter with Parton. She added, "Dolly's advice about remaining true to myself completely influenced the way that I approach music." Parton's adaptability has been imitated by Underwood, who has managed to balance chart-topping albums such as Cry Pretty and Denim and Rhinestones with other endeavors like as her Kalia fitness business and her Las Vegas residency, which has attracted more than 200,000 people since 2021. According to Underwood, "Dolly shown me that it is possible to be a singer, a writer, and a businesswoman while still maintaining your kindness." In addition, Underwood attributes her charitable work to the influence of Dolly Parton. Underwood was inspired to establish her KATS Foundation, which provides financial assistance to educational institutions and disaster relief organizations, by Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, which offers free books to children. In a statement, Underwood stated that Dolly's heart is as big as extend her stay and release a new album in 2026. She takes some time to think on the ways in which her encounter with Parton continues to have an impact on her. "That moment at the Opry gave me the confidence to keep going, even when the industry feels overwhelming," she remarked when describing the experience. In her next work, fans can anticipate a tribute to Dolly Parton, since there are rumors that she will perform a copy of Jolene as part of her residency setlist. Underwood teased, "It's my way of saying thank you to Dolly," then went on to elaborate. The encounter between Underwood and her favorite country music artist was more than just a chance encounter with fame. It was a reminder of the reasons why she fell in love with music. Clarkson was reminded by her that Dolly is the real deal. "I will never forget the way that she made me feel like I was seen." The story of how Carrie Underwood first met Dolly Parton is a monument to the power of connection, inspiration, and the charm of country music's enduring legends. Fans are eagerly awaiting the next chapter of Underwood's performance career.